Yo, yo, yo. My name is Kenneth William Bryant. I've been in the renovating game for 18 years. An investor for 15. I have done a total of 36 renovations. I take homes that look like this and turn them into this. Welcome to Catapulting Change. Yo, 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 it's your boy KB with Catapulting Change Academy. Hold up, watch, and listen, guys. I know it's Wednesday, but it does not matter. I understand you might be in environments that might not be desirable. Look behind me here. I got the electrical cable hanging from the ceiling. I got water lines over there coming out the ground. I'm actually standing inside of a soon-to-be kitchen. So I'm actually on this project, finishing up by myself with my son right now. I actually got into a situation where I had to create a stop work order and ended up delaying the project for over a month and a half that I didn't work here. So ended up losing a lot of my people, ended up losing a lot of money, ended up losing a lot of time. So now it's time to get busy. Most of my other projects went south as well, but this one we was able to come to an agreement, and now I'm back at it, making it happen, trying to do everything I can to get to the finish line. Of course, I want to finish a project that I've been working on for months at a time. So look, I get it. We're all going through things. We're all experiencing challenges, hardships, pain, aggravation, but it's time to stop making excuses. It's time to stop blaming that project. It's time to stop blaming that mom, that dad, that sister, that brother. It's time to take responsibility for your action, guys, and it's time to level up. Don't make excuses. Like right now, I have Wi Fi, portable Wi Fi. I have this app that I use that allows me to go live on all my platforms. Even if I'm inside a renovation project, I don't have to be behind a desk. I don't have to be in a certain country. There is no excuses nowadays, guys. We have all the tools necessary to thrive. Matter of fact, most of us have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience. We can offer many different things to the world, but we choose not to. I choose to. I choose to be a creator, not a consumer. And my goal is to teach and educate 5,000 entrepreneurs by 2025 that it is possible to live your life by design. But in order to live your life by design, you have to be willing to make sacrifices. What do I mean by that? Well, you're going to have to sacrifice going out with your friends on a Saturday. If you are broke, if you are poor, if you don't have money left over after your bills, it's time to work on yourself. It's time to focus on some businesses. It's time to focus on some investment strategies. It's time to do something different. I hate to see people living the same life for 15, 20, 30 years. Now, if that is you and you love what you've been doing for 15, 20, 30 years, then stop listening to my lives, stop listening to what I have to say. But this is for people that desire to grow up, to become more, to become of value to the community, to become that best husband, that greatest wife, to become the best realtor, the investor, to really focus on becoming the best version of them. Now, look, everybody's goal is to free themselves so you don't have to work no more. but you have to do whatever you have to do until you get there. I have residual passive income right now that actually pays for where I live, over $3,000 a month. So I'm grateful for that from other businesses, but I'm not to the point where I can completely disconnect. I'm done. I'm making that transactional income, which is this, a renovation project or a fix or flip or even a project for consumers or customers. But I'm taking that money and I'm reinvesting it into income producing avenues like cryptocurrency, like real estate, fix and flip, buy and hold. I'm going to be branching into the apartment complex industry because I'm super interested in having, 30, 40 units in one location instead of having, 30 or 40 different houses everywhere. That just seems too much. It's spread out everywhere. It's going to get super complicated. I would prefer to liquidate those row homes, those single families, and branch into the apartment space. And matter of fact, moving forward, more people are going to be renting because they're not going to be able to afford to buy. Their credit score might not be as good, etc. But I'm here to help, guys. Any way possible that I can help to inspire you, to elevate you, to educate you, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to put comments in this video, and I assure you that I will answer every comment. I always do. You can ask anybody that follows me, anybody that interacts with me. I will always get back to you. I will entertain your comment, and I will communicate with you. My goal, like I said, is to teach and educate 5,000 entrepreneurs. Now, there are some things that I do for free. Like get on here and inspire everybody that, we have to stop making excuses. And I'll do live events that are free, but there are other things that I do where I charge for my time, for my services. So it depends on where you're at, what your goal is. But I'm here to help regardless, guys. It's time to stop playing with our lives. It's time to stop making excuses. It's time to stop playing on what day of the week it is. It's Wake Up Wednesday, all right? Wake up Thursday, wake up Friday, wake up Saturday, wake up Sunday, wake up Monday, wake up Tuesday, and then we do it all over again. Look, success is every day, guys. I do not care. People that are super successful, super wealthy, they're always been busy, but what they figured out is how to put their money to work to be able to teach other people or to be able to hire other people to do more for them. So when one person is booking appointments and another person is doing estimates and another person is managing a project and other people are working in the project, of course, you're going to be able to do more. You're going to be able to speed up the process more. You're going to be able to make more things happen, guys. Why? Because you actually have an opportunity to leverage people that are working in your organization to get more done in a day. And that's what it is. You have to realize that you can't do it by yourself. That's another reason why I do what I do. I've already bought houses. I've already flipped houses. I've skydived. I snowboard. I just do what I do now for fun. I love being busy. I enjoy what I do. Most importantly, I live my life by design. I wake up and do what it is I want to do every single day. And if I don't want to do it, then I'm not doing it. We gotta stop hating each other, competing with each other. We gotta stop fighting and start investing into each other that we can elevate us and the people around us to do things that are different, right? You can't do the same thing all the time. You got to do something different. And I guarantee every one of you guys have something to offer to the world. You have some type of skill, you have some type of knowledge that you're holding inside or not utilizing. You're not taking full advantage of that skill, that gift that you have sitting on the shelf. It's time to bring that back out. It's time to get off the porch. It's time to get out in the field and start playing ball. Start walking your true purpose. Start using your gift. Start giving back to the community. Start telling people great morning. Start telling people great afternoon. Start people great evening. You gotta get back where we actually care about one another. Most people are waking up and they got this angry look on their face and just mean mugging on everybody, angry at the world, cussing, punching the steering wheel, angry, ripping the rearview mirror off. Come on, man, I've been there, and I don't have time for that no more. I am past that. I am mature. I am grown. I'm doing grown men things, just like a woman should do grown woman things. You cannot keep being a teenager or a kid or doing the same thing that you were doing when you were 15, 16, 20 years old. Look, when I was 15, 20 years old, I was already hustling. I was an entrepreneur already. I started my first legal business by the time I was 24 years old. Let me say it again. I started my first legal business by the time I was 24. That is why I'm 37 right now, about to be 38. Have I figured it all out yet? No, no one ever has. And if you get to a point where you think you have, then you're simply mistaken the fact that you accept it where you are, you're comfortable with your results, and you have no desire to become better. But when you remain teachable, when you go and get educated, when you go and hire a coach, when you go and collaborate with a team, when you go and put yourself in a room of people that have more knowledge than you, then you will go to the next level. But you have to listen. One of the biggest things I see with people, guys, when I coach them, when I mentor them, they end up taking the information in, but then they go and do something different. And I'm like, I didn't tell you to do that. Oh, but I thought if I did this, it would work. You have to do what works for somebody else that's already doing it. So, for example, if you guys are looking to flip houses, if you guys are looking to learn construction, I would be that coach, that mentor that could help you. Why? Because look where I'm at. This is what I do. This is what I've been doing for most of my life. Okay. You got to be careful who you hire. You got to be careful who you ask to be your mentor. Always make sure they're qualified. Always make sure that they're doing what you're seeking to do and that they're able to show you, prove to you, because look, you trust, but you must verify. Because if you trust without verifying, then what's going to happen is you're going to get in the bed with somebody and you're going to get into a distressed situation. So we got to be very selective who we choose to listen to, who we choose to work with, and who we choose to be our mentor, our coach, our wife, our husband, our sister, etc. You got to be very careful because there's people out there that don't have the same goals, don't have the same principles, don't understand your values, don't understand your business, etc. So you have to find those people that do. That's been one of my hardest things to transition from, right? Because I come from a certain area where I was living in poverty, where I was broke, I was poor. I wasn't able to afford proper food. You had to eat boiled eggs and pretzels every day. I had to sleep in my car because I was homeless. I've been through a lot, guys. So in the period of transition and going from those environments to the environments I'm in now, of course, you don't believe at first because you've never been exposed to that. So you're going to have nervousness. You're going to have fear. You're going to have doubt. You're going to have worry. You're going to have stress. You're going to experience all of these things. Why? Because that's called life. You've never done it before. So don't expect for it to be smooth the first time going at it. But what I can tell you is if you remain teachable, if you keep putting in the effort every single day, eventually something is going to happen. Look, you can't be that person that does real estate for Monday and Friday every week, right? And expect to be where I am when I'm doing real estate every day, 7 days a week. Okay. Of course, I'm going to be a whole lot farther ahead. Of course, I'm going to have more success, more knowledge because I've done dozens of properties when you've only done, one or two. So that's the point that I'm getting at is it depends on how bad you want it. It depends on what you're willing to do to make it happen. I was willing, and I'm just now taking my life back to where I'm getting, at least 6 hours of rest. If I have to, I'll take a nap, get another 2 hours of rest. But minimum, I get between 5 and 6 hours. For years, guys, I slept an hour between each one of my jobs because I worked 3 jobs. So I always had this work ethic. And that's been the hardest thing for me to cut off is how I work. But I just can't help myself because I'm so addicted to the hustle, to the grind, to the results. I'm obsessed with it, guys. And people can say what they want about this or that. I know my level of freedom. I know what I have. I know what I'm doing. And I know what I'm going after. And most importantly, I'm doing whatever it takes to make it happen. I'm not making excuses. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not pushing it on the day of the week. I'm not making an excuse that, I got a flat tire, so I can't come into work today. No, I got tools right in my truck. When I get a flat tire, I will change it and I'm back on the road because I have skills. And when you have skills, guys, skills not only pays the bills, but it creates opportunity like what I'm doing right now. Because I know how to do all of this. Even when I lose help, or even when I lose an investor, or even when I lose whatever it is I lose, guess what? I can go and take care of it. Now, it's better with a team. It's better with a group of people. And that's the hardest part, is trying to get people on the same page. And that's one of the reasons why I will create the most elite community of entrepreneurs that fully understand entrepreneurship, that fully understand the benefit of living your life by design, so that you can truly walk in your purpose, truly go after what is calling you and make it happen. No excuses, because this is what's happening, guys. We're in a time in our lives, and all of us that's been around for a while, you know that there's a correction happening with the market. And when a correction happens with the market, interest rates go up. Um, of course, the affordability you had before when the interest rates were lower is now less, because now it's higher interest. So you have to pay more in interest instead of in principal. So therefore, the amount you get qualified for goes down. Now, what happens is the supply and demand slows down. When supply and demand slows down, I pray and I hope those that got into new homes, or those that bought a renovated property that was sold $30,000, $40,000 over asking price, bought in a way where they have equity, or they got into a fixed rate. Because if you didn't get into a fixed rate, if you're in an adjustable rate or some type of product like this, then you're going to go through a distress situation, and you could possibly lose your house due to property taxes or due to non-payment, depending on the situation. So I pray that everyone um, doesn't have to deal with that when that correction comes. I pray that you're on fixed rates. I pray that you didn't spend your last amount of savings to buy a house, or whatever the case may be. But most importantly, guys, one of the things I learned is I'll never ever buy a house brand new unless I build it from scratch. And the reason why is, when you buy a house brand new, you're now buying at the top of the market. You're buying what the market is calling for. So if that market says 300,000 to sell the house, that's where you're buying it. But me as a contractor, me as an investor, that same $300,000 house, I could actually buy for 40 or 60,000, and then put between 80 and 150,000 in it, and then turn around and sell it for 300,000. That's a very common thing that I do, actually. So it's very possible. But most importantly, even if you're buying a house for yourself, you could buy this house, use a private lender, use a hard money lender, or private investors, like I said, and you can actually acquire that house, fix it up, make it your own, refinance into a fixed rate permanent loan if you desire, or you can do it under a business as a commercial rent property. It's called the BRRRR method. So it's when you buy, renovates, refinance, and then rents. That is an actual strategy, guys, for some people that are in the housing market. It's actually the best strategy, in my opinion, because when you're flipping a house, the problem with flipping a house is you end up having to pay 40% to 50% tax on this money. You got to pay capital gains, you got to pay federal, you got to pay states. At minimum, I would say 40%, right? So if you project to make $100,000 off the price, now off the house, now you only make $70,000. That's a big loss, right? $40,000 now a little bit of money. You can do it 40,000. I can make some things happen, right? So you got to find ways to keep more of your money, make more of your money, but don't keep it in a way that you're leaving it in a bank saving. That's not doing anything for you. If anything, create different funds. So maybe you have a vacation fund, maybe you have a fund, maybe you have a car fund. And these are qualified retirement accounts. These are um, things that you can use to reinvest, right? And again, guys, I'm no lawyer, I'm no accountant, so I'm not giving you legal or financial advice. I'm just telling you some of the things that I've discovered along the way during my journey. But basically, what I do is I create my own funds. So instead of paying for health insurance $500 a month to a health insurance provider, I create my own health insurance fund, and I'll put $500 to the side for that fund. But what I end up doing is, after I get a certain amount, then you can put that amount back to work, so that now the money that you've been putting in it every month is now accumulating interest. Anywhere from 3 to 12% max is usually what I see, right? On average. And when I say that, I'm talking about per month, by the way, not per year, per month. 3% minimum up to 12% when you put it back to work. And that's because I've discovered ways in real estate, with cryptocurrency, with construction businesses, etc., to be able to take the money that you make from that transactional income, no matter if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a real estate agent, a contractor, a person that works at McDonald's, it does not matter. Like, you can do the same thing. You just have to start. But you have to start somewhere. You have to stop having this mindset of, I have to have this amount of money, or I have to have this amount of knowledge, or I have to take this course, or I have to take that course. That stuff has never worked for me. First of all, I hate sitting still. Do you see me standing right now? I'm standing because I hate to sit and try to relax. So when I'm hanging out with the family, I have to wind down, right? I have to get to the point where I relax some so that I can spend time with the family. But for the most part, guys, I cannot stay still. I choose not to stay still. And I'm not a can't or cannot type of guy. But for that, that is one thing that I cannot do, is stay still. I have to be busy. And sometimes that busy is riding a dirt bike, or working at the garden, or going for walks. You know what I'm saying? I just like to be active. I like to be busy. I'm driven. I'm energetic. And most importantly, I know it's beneficial for my body. When you're stagnant, when you're not doing anything, you cannot get results that you desire. You have to get your mind right. You have to get your body right. And then you just take massive action, guys. You got to create that foundation that becomes unbreakable. And from there, you become blessed no matter what. So even when you go through a distress situation, if you have a right type of mindset, you can navigate through those storms. You can navigate through those, water waves that are 10 foot, 15 foot high, that you think that, oh, as soon as I go to the top of that, I'm just coming crashing down. No, you just plow right through them because you have an unbreakable mindset. You understand that it's not forever. It's a temporary situation. When pain comes in, it's typically temporary. It doesn't last forever. It might last a minute, it might last a year, it might last a few years, it might even last 10 years, depending on you or the person. But the way that I operate is, I'm like this. What happened yesterday happened yesterday. Matter of fact, what happened last week happened last week. What happened last month happened last month. The only reason why I ever bring any people that, see me now and they think that I haven't been through the struggle or I haven't experienced hardships. Like I said, guys, at 15 years old, I was facing 30 years in prison for counterfeit money, drug possession. I was out in the street selling drugs, etc. I was a product of my environment. I had to survive, but I decided that I needed to get educated. If I really wanted to sustain success, if I really wanted to thrive, to be the person that I desire to be and be able to do it in a way where it's effective and efficient and sustainable, then I would have to go through the proper channels. So I had to start reading. I had to start researching. And then once I started reading and research, I started executing. So for example, when I read something, I read chapter 1, I execute. When I execute. When I read chapter 3, I execute. I do not move on to chapter 2 from chapter 1 until I've executed what I discovered in that book. And then when I go back and read it again, I end up discovering additional things. But I keep notes so that I don't go back and do something again. I've already done that process, checked it off my list, etc. So it's becoming organized. It's being consistent. I'm here to look. All you have to do is 30 minutes per day to whatever it is that you desire to do. You desire to be a UFC fighter. Look, every day for 30 minutes, you're just going back and forth like this. You desire to become a bodybuilder. Then every day for 30 minutes, you're doing curls, you're doing bench press, you're doing sit-ups. You desire to be a football player. Well, every day you go out and you condition. 30 minutes minimum, guys. I don't care what it is you desire to do. Just get busy now. But get busy in a way where you can get that results that you're looking for because you're consistent. You're doing it for 30 minutes every single day, right? Once you get to a point where you can contribute more time to that, now you can scale up 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours, 2 hours to 3 hours, and so on. And then next thing you know, you're living your life by design. But you have to start now. Even if you could just commit 30 minutes per day, that is great. Don't think that you have to do your side hustle for 8 hours out of the day. You don't. You can go and work your 8 hour job, and then you can go and work on your business for 30 minutes in the evening and then spend time with the family. You can carve out 30 minutes somewhere. If you can contribute even more time, I would recommend that. But minimum, you can carve out 30 minutes time to dedicate to whatever it is that you want to learn. Maybe you want to learn how to become a better cook. That's something I'm going to do. So I'm going to have to commit some time to that, because if I don't, and I just paid for the class and I haven't committed to showing up to the class and I make excuses, then you're never ever going to get the results that you're looking for. So look, guys, I hope you guys are having a productive week. I hope you guys are out here making it happen. And if you're not, if for some reason it's not going as planned, don't sweat it. It's temporary. Keep going. Work on something else. Navigate and pivot to where you need to pivot to. Wait to get back to whatever it is you got to get to, right? But don't let it paralyze you. Don't let it restrict you from becoming a better version of you. You have to keep that belief all the time, guys. Every single day and every minute, you say to yourself, I will, I must, I can. And say it like you mean it. I will, I must, I can. Say it whenever, guys. Look, when you're looking in the mirror, like right now, I'm looking at myself. I will finish this project. I must finish this project. I can finish this project. Now let's take it a step farther. I will finish this project because my family is dependent on me. The new owner's dependent on me. A lot of different people are dependent on me that I need to take care of. I must finish this project because there are no other options. That is the only option we have, is to get to the finish line. And I can, because look, I got my hands, I got my legs, I got my feet, I got my body that works for me. And I got my mind most of all. So therefore, I will get to the finish line. So watch me work, guys. Listen, till next time, have a blessed rest of the week. Go out there and make it happen. I believe in you. I love you. If nobody else loves you, I love you. And continue to spread the love, guys. Look, if you love what you're hearing here, please share, like, love. Give me some feedback. Leave some comments. I would love to interact with you. I would love to grow with you. And till next time, guys, have a great rest of the day. And remember, life is great. Don't be scared. Let's work. Let's go.